This story is familiar, for everyone's dated an asshole, and even if I never intended to, you were him. Did you know that if you pushed out the corners of my brain, you'd find a hidden promise? To never ask for things if you knew you could be waitlisted. I trained myself to never dream when they had such close relationships with disappointment. Being surprised is so much sweeter. But the things you least expect aren't supposed to be the ones you usually regret. But it's too bad. Reality doesn't believe in repent, nor does it give you redos. 2-for-1s have a strict no-return policy. It's somewhere in the fine print that I must have missed. Right next to that expiration date, I guess I was supposed to see that you and I were slowly growing stale from the start, but it was clockwork. And you were always good with your hands, so I got 2 weeks. That's 14 days of text messages gone unanswered, 1,176 hours of question marks. 2 weeks seem like nothing, and everything. I wonder, do you think I was the type of girl who cut the strings before we could even get attached, or was that just you? Handing me excuses to chase your ugliness? It's still burning my throat. 2 weeks later, it took me 2 weeks to realize that I'd always come second best to Mary Jane. I'm sorry, my tongues don't shape your stoner syllables. I could have hired a speech therapist if I knew that getting high was the answer in the topic. Maybe then we'd have something to talk about, but refuse to give you the satisfaction in thinking you're worth writing about. For our rotten relationship is nothing but my fault. Your silence is my fault. My virtues knotted too tight for your monkey fingers to loosen. My skin smelling too strong of desperation, and my hands most definitely not experienced to handle the job. I've got a mouth that keeps running right in the opposite direction of your horizontal intentions. Apparently, our wants were just too competitive for this to ever end nicely, so you cut me off. Place those chains right back where it's supposed to be, except this time, the lock's broken, and you kept the key. You and I were only a few notches above nothing, so why am I still staring at this smirking cell phone? Just a sneering bystander in the battle of denial versus defiance, hoping it'll jumble together the words and letters and numbers I've always wished would flash on the string. So this poem is for anyone resting with phones at fingertips, rising with fumbled fingers on familiar passcodes. This poem is for those who have recipients that went from recent to estranged. There comes a time when we all have to learn that you can't blame spoiled relationships on the night that never lasted long enough for the lips that scared him away. There is no fault in wishful thinking. He, she, this, they didn't fuck anything up. So here I am, stuck with a pocket full of I'm sorries, but I'm learning that words don't like to be spent loosely.